acknowledge that it's almost lunchtime. I don't have any photos with food here, so that should be good for you. So my name is Naomi. As Claire mentioned, I was working with the International Institute for Sustainable Development. It's just on Portage and Main, just somewhere near the Fairmont. And it was between May and August, and it was under the Hudson Bay Inland Sea Initiative project. And the IISD was founded in 1990, so this is just a basic intro, based in Winnipeg, I say that. And anything you think about IISD should be policy, should be research, and should be sustainable development. And that is me and my supervisor, Pauline, at work. We were just discussing some few things. And so the Hudson Bay Inland Sea Initiative is a project under IISD, which IISD is the coordinator among other stakeholders. And so we had a few objectives for my activity, one was to compile a list of organizations and their interest in the Hudson Bay region. We also hope to find out their collaboration needs through the research project. And we also hope to inform policymakers through this tool for decision making. And so this project was hoping to find out if the Hudson Bay region actually has more needs for collaboration. And so we were to carry out this research project so that we could have a tool to present to policymakers for funding and to carry out projects. And this is a snapshot of my day in the office. So I got to the office at 8:30. Made a tea, of course, in the kitchen somewhere there. Usually you would, if you wanted to have a conversation with someone, you just make sure they're going to the kitchen and you follow them, and so you start making tea and having the conversation. I did that a lot. And I embarked on my day's work probably at 9 because I had time to answer emails from the different stakeholders. At noon, right at noon, we had lunch, and at 1 we had went back to our tasks. 4 p.m., definitely grabbing tea at Marcelo's, and then at 4:30 we wrapped up and went home. And I did get some tasks accomplished. So I did situational analysis with the help of Pauline, of course, of stakeholders, organizations in the Hudson Bay. That was pretty much our start for the first month. We then developed a report on the different organizations in the region, so doing a summary of what each organization was doing so that we could have a criteria to select a sample frame. And then we did a well-designed online survey together with the Ottawa office, together with the government of Nunavut, together with ActicNet, and we conducted interviews, telephone interviews, one-on-one interviews in Churchill, and through the online questionnaire, we sent that out to the different stakeholders as well, so we kept following up and getting the responses back. Then we did the data analysis, the intense part, then wrote a briefing note which will be published in December by IISD. And the skills learned, among them is the report writing skills. And yes, this was really, really well acquired. I remember when I got there, Pauline gave me a notebook and said, I am going to make you do a lot of writing. And I can tell you, I almost went to the last page of that book, lots of writing. Managerial skills. We had departmental meetings, and basically me and Pauline were just in charge of the project. Pauline would give me something and tell me, you know what, you're the manager here, just let me know what you think, and usually we would implement most of that. And I gained some people skills because I had continuous interactions with colleagues. Every week, I would say on average, IISD has to go for a lunch out somewhere. And so we always did that. I had chances to network and time management skills. I remember in the first week, Pauline and I sat down and we said, this is the first month, this is what we're going to do. So we had very strict deadlines, which I am really glad we stuck to them because we did so much out of that. Communication skills with stakeholders, the government of Nunavut, ActicNet, people in Churchill, with colleagues and also with other interns in the office. Again, some interview skills, some research skills, and results and analysis skills. The fun stuff, I will just say that you shouldn't pay particular attention to one of the photos there before I get into trouble. But the first one will be me and Pauline in the office. The other one was the free movies at the Assiniboine Park with some interns. In Churchill, I'm going on the first line. Then me and Douglas, we took a trip on the Zodiac to see polar bears and beluga whales. That was a treat from the municipal town of Churchill. They completely met all our costs. Gave us VIP treatment at the airport, drop off and pick up. Here we were doing a Gold Eyes game. I said IISD is a really fun place to be. We went for Gold Eyes games, we went for lunches. That's the photo. The other photo is the one that I'm saying we're not going to be discussing that much. It was just an evening party. And the other one is me and the research center in Churchill, and the other one is a polar bear that we got to see. And a few challenges, it was just about time, because if we had more time for the whole project, we would have allocated more time for especially the data collection part. The other one would have been funding. We did have funding from the MDP, of course, but for the fact that we had to go for lunches every week, I had to budget a little bit more. And linking my placement to MDP, I did get all of this, and I do count myself lucky. I'm sure just with everyone else also. In terms of natural sciences, that is what we basically did, conservation of natural resources. We did get lots of information on that. Social sciences about culture, management sciences, project management, health sciences, lots of information from the health center in Churchill. Indigenous development, it was basically working with also the indigenous communities in Churchill, in Rankin Inlet, all over the Hudson's Bay. And other opportunities for other MDP students, I figured I would put this up for first-year students. If you have an interest in policy, then you will definitely be going for IISD. If you wanted to be part of a think tank, we had meetings which sometimes were very intense, and coming up with a solution, thinking that at the table, and coming up with documents, that was a really thrilling experience. If you're eager to spend time with wonderful people and build one social capital, IISD is definitely the place. The lunches just did that perfect for everyone. Opportunities to intern or volunteer in the field of natural resources or natural sciences, definitely go for IISD. Environmentalist hangouts, we did have some times where environmentalists will just come together, and that was a good thing for me to network. And global networking, definitely. We had people from New Zealand, we had people from Ottawa coming in, so it was definitely a good chance to have a one-on-one discussions with all these practitioners. And I will definitely acknowledge my supervisor, Pauline Gerard. She's not here with us, but I would have loved for her to be here. IISD, I will definitely acknowledge IISD. Really supportive community, and everyone was just very friendly. I would acknowledge Terry and Lee of the Northern Sustainable Development Initiative, where Douglas was working. It is because of them that we had the VIP treatment in Churchill. They helped us organize everything. It was new, and it's somewhere that we were going that we didn't know, and it was really wonderful to have them on there. And I would like to acknowledge Corey and Erica of the town of Churchill. They made everything happen for us. I think we went to all the corners of Churchill. It's totally because of them. We paid nothing. They just fed us sometimes and just took us everywhere. And definitely the MDP for the funding and encouragement and the skills. Thank you so much.